Greetings and salutations. Here we are in beautiful forest land, as you can see behind me. There's our targets down there. We're shooting today the iffa spot, the iffa spot. Now, Jimmy's going to look up the records to see what our best is, but we've got to be shooting 300 with 60 X's all the time. So that's our goal over the next couple of months. We're starting today. Jimmy, of course, it's 12 noon here, Australian Eastern Standard Time, so Jimmy's not out of bed yet. So Damien, my training partner, and I are going to run through today. So Damien, here he is, Damien here, hasn't shot this before, and yesterday I gave him a target and said, go away and shoot iffa spot and see what happens. He shot 300 with 52 X's. So I don't know what to say. So today, maybe the pressure, he might collapse under the pressure today.
Oh, definitely.
Good, good. But I haven't shot 300 with 52. I think mine might be 50 or 51, I think mine was, but it's got to get up to 60 of those X's. So today, we're going to have a shoot. We're just warming up now, and we're going to see what we can do. And we'll pass this on to Jimmy when he gets up. All right, so we're going to just warm up now, and we'll get back to you. Over and out. Okay, so Damien's just done a warm-up, and you can't expect anything in a warm-up. I mean, there was my warm-up. I forgot to take the scope bag off. Couldn't see a thing. So we're just going to go through the scoring. So what we want to do is we want to hit this. I want to peanut this. I want to be inside here in this X with small arrows, like these small shafts. This is a 5, and the rest is called in the swimming pool. We're not interested in the swimming pool. We don't want to go for a swim in there. This 5 will still give you a 300 score, but we want to get the X's. It's all about the X's. We want to get in there with the X's. So you can see that's a 5. This is called going for a swim, and a real good swim too. That's you're doing backstroke in here. This is backstroke. That's a possible X there. You see there's a, oh, it's close, just missed out the X. That is an X, and that just missed out. So it's only a warm-up, but that's the idea. We want to get X's, but you definitely can't hit. You definitely don't want to be out of this 5. That would be a disgrace at 18 metres. So 300's easy, but it's the X's we need. Is that clear?
That is clear. That's
all right,
the goal.
Let's go. Okay, here we are. So Damien, this is our last warm-up. You can see Damien's got an X, an X, an X, an X, and he's this is what we call dipping your toes in the swimming pool. Just having a little splash on the side there. He's still in, just very lucky. And I've got an inside out, a miss, a liner, and a liner. We don't want liners, so we're going to be in there. So we're going to start scoring now. Damien, you got anything to say before you want to say hello to your mother or anything like that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's it. No, we're ready to go.
Give it a bash. Let's
go. Oh. All right, here we go. Had a rest. How many ends are left? 4 ends left. You always got to make sure after a break that you come back. You know what I mean? You can't like come back and not have your mind on the job. Ooh, okay, just snuck that one in. Right, let's have a look. So Damien's come back from his break, and I think he's got the heebie-jeebies out.
I hope so.
He shot an X, a 5, dirty 5, and 2 more X's, so that's good. And I've cleaned that again, but like so many on the line, but that'll have to do. Clean is clean for this one. But I'd rather them here in the centre than out on the lines here, you know what I mean? I don't want them on the lines, I want them in the guts. When we change targets to the WA ones, the little red, the yellow and red ones, you've got to be hitting a $2 coin, so you've got to be more accurate. That's when you bring your fatties out, see? That's when you bring your fatties out, yeah, just to make sure.
No challenge.
Oh, well, it is a bit of a challenge. If it was no challenge, buddy, you'd be $50,000 richer.
Yeah, geez, they do make some money, don't they?
They do. Well, you know, we're going to try and sneak in there and do it. Right, over and out. All right then. So Damien's got X, 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 and that was the bugger that he spoke of. Down there, he's got a 5 there, so that's good 4 X's straight up. I've got X, a shocker here. X, 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 but they're looking there on the lines, I've got to get them in the centre. So that's the first one, so we're level. 4 X's, 1 5 each, off we go. Alright, the tail of the tape.
Look at it, that's ripped it.
Let's have a look, let's have a look. Oh, come on, let's get back and let me see!
Yeah, but it's there, look.
But look, but I haven't stopped. You're not allowed to touch the arrows, number 1. Number 2 is just let me have a look. Alright, that's a X.
No, it's not an X.
Oh man, it's close, it's not an X. Just a definite 5. You're tickling the water again there, and you've got an inside, we call that an inside out X. Now what I do when I score mine, well that's a 5 and that's a 5, but I score that an X and I put a circle around it because I want to know which ones I'm inside outing, peanutting. So they're inside out, inside out. The ones on the edge here, I mark differently because that's really not good enough. They've got to be peanuts. Alright, so that's it. So I've dropped 2, you've dropped
3.
You've dropped 3. I'm in the lead.
I'll make it up for the next round.
Go. Oh, that's beautiful. Lovely response. Oh, shocking. My tripod takes me 5 minutes. You know, up too high, up down too low, up, you know,
It's in.
Here we are. All right, that was exciting. Using a stand, really becoming quite a producer-director now. All right, so what do we got there? Let's bring that back out. Nice. Oh, slipped out of 5, got it on the line, slipped out again. So you dropped 2 X's there, but still, you know, to your credit, you are. I've got to tell you, Damien is a great. There must be a bit of German in him because he loves to document everything. Look at all his documentation. He can tell you how many arrows he shot at any given time at any week. Everything is documented.
Only 5,800 arrows with this lot.
Is that correct? Yeah. He can tell you to the arrow. It's quite amazing how many arrows he's shot. I've cleaned it again with a couple of nice shots and a couple of outsiders there. All right, 3 to go.
2 to go.
2 to go. 2 to go. It's really good, this close stuff, because your release has got to be perfect. Your release has really got to be nice. So let's have a look now. Like, look at that. That's what we're aiming for every shot. That's a beauty. Another X. We got a miss. We got another peanut, and then just a close X there. So you've dropped 2 on that one. So you're still in there. And I've got a liner, 3 peanuts. 1. Only 1.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ooh, so sorry. Only 1. Sorry. And I don't know what happened there, but that's it too. So the good thing about. Can we swap this over while we're shooting? No, it doesn't look like we can. So the good thing about this kind of shooting is that front hand's got to be dead. You cannot have any front hand. You just got to lay it out there and just have nothing on it at all. Get your pin on, and then you release. It's your release, just the release. No front hand, beautiful release. You're going to end up with that every time.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Okay, here we are at round 4. Damien's swimming, dipped his toes in the pool there, and he's got a post-traumatic pool episode there with a 5. But then he's peanutted the next 3, so that's 3 X's, and I have got 3 inside outs and a liner. At last I've cleaned the 4th end. I've cleaned it. But I've got to keep doing that, otherwise I'm not going to get anywhere near 50.
About time.
It's what?
It's about time.
It is about time, 4th end.
Yeah. And come on, you're just warming up or something.
I'm just, well, you know, 2 ends of warm up isn't really a lot, is it? Now, also, I want to say here that that Damien's gone out and gone to the chemist and bought some sex jelly. What was it called?
Oh, I don't know.
Wasn't K?
Wasn't KY.
No, it was some. He went up to the girl at the counter and said, "What do you recommend?" And she's got this nice water-based product, and he's filled his. Could you just show us? He's filled his scorpion venom, and it's much heavier. It's quite heavy. It's heavier than scorpion venom, but the thing is, you've got to keep applying it all the time. Yeah. Like every end or every second end, you've got to keep putting it on. I mean, if you're having sex with that, you'd be applying more than you would be performing.
Yeah, constantly. You have to rub it on the shaft all the time.
So I said, well, why not try the scorpion jelly? Apply that once before sex and see how that goes.
Yeah, that might work.
That might be better. All right.
Yeah.
So what was that one?
On the last shot.
Yeah.
The dot was right on the centre. I'm ready to release. It goes off the centre, and I released it. Why?
Good question.
And the arrow went where I released it.
Yep.
That's where it went. I can't blame the bow or anything like that.
Well, I missed this one here just out, and I did the same thing. I wasn't on. I should have just waited and been patient.
Well, that's it.
Patience is the game here in this indoor. Every arrow, you've just got to wait on it. You wait and you just take it. So what have you got? You got a 5. You've snuck in an X, an X, an X, and a 5. Yeah. Drop 2. I've got inside out, miss. Inside out. All right then. So I've dropped another one. That's not good enough.
Maybe not.
That's in. It's in all day, right? Okay. So Damien's peanut 5, peanut. You've just got to stop that one. That one.
Yeah.
And I had a very poor first shot. It was poor, but I snuck it in on the line, and I've got.
You call that a line?
Well, you let the folks at home decide.
Okay,
Come on,
okay. It's a line.
You got to be kidding me. What do you want there? Yes, there we go. All right.
Okay, I'll accept it.
So what were we talking about before? That.
Of the...
Oh yeah, resetting. So you're out here like this, you're on your target, and it's just like that. Sometimes you get there, you just set, it doesn't move, just that, and just bang. Other times it just won't. What a small reset is to come up and just bring it back down again. And sometimes that's enough just to stop that happening. If it's real bad, just draw down. Just don't be afraid to come down and take the arrow out. I mean, you do it at a longer distance, so, you know, be patient. Patience is the key here, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah,
that's
patience.
what I sort of found out. It gets onto it, and then release when it's off it, and that's the part I have to work on.
No, well, you're doing good though. I mean, you got four inside outs, 5 inside outs, 4 inside outs there, and then one's slightly off.
And broke his legs.
Broke his legs right in the spider. That's it. Well, I don't know how Jimmy does it. He produces, directs, and he's a cameraman and still gets his act together, but I've forgotten to score one of my ends. But it doesn't matter. And I thought, what am I going to do? But I just said, they're on the video, so at the end we'll look back at which one. I think it was probably number 5 that I didn't record, but we can see. So let's have a look now. Now you've always, I tell you what, you've always got to be careful, Damien, of a mid-shoot collapse, where what happens is you get mentally tired, and for a couple of ends you're just terrible. You can't let that happen. Yeah, so you got to watch it now. Are we observing that now? That's what I'm saying.
It's just poor shooting.
Yeah, but it usually comes in at about now. This kind of thing. So this when you really got to get your mind on the ball. So we've got a 5 and a 5. We've got an X. We've got a 5 and a 5. You see, this is what we call our mid-shoot collapse. You've got to come back from this strong next one by relaxing and getting your mind back into it. Well, I've cleaned it, but I wasn't happy with that middle shot. As you can see, it's just a liner right there. Too many liners. All right, off we go. Well, I think I missed the first one, and you know what I was thinking? Will I clean the next 2 ends? You can't do it. Let me tell you this. I'll tell you this.
You got it.
Did I get it? No, it's not in. The first shot.
Oh, no.
Anyway, look, I'll tell you this. There's a couple of times where you've got to be very careful in the flight. That's the whole shoot. When you first start and you've done your warm-up, you tend to get a little bit nervy. Just those first, you've got to be careful there. As you know, in the middle of the shoot, when you start to mentally decline, you got to watch that, and you've got to keep up your mental strength. And whenever you come off a break to start shooting like we just did then, you've got to be careful coming off a break. So the beginnings of everyone, and also the last round, or if you've got real bad nerves, maybe the second last round like I just did, because you know it's the last round. What's going to happen? You got to be on your guard. You've got to be on your guard and watch for those times, because you cannot let that affect you. They're the times when you're gonna mentally drop. So I dropped. So we'll see what happens. We got 1 left. And what do we get? Damien has got 5. Oh, sorry, X. He's cleaned it. See. He's come back at the right time. He's cleaned it.
Yeah, the second last.
And is that it? No, look at that. It's out by a hair. See, a fat arrow would have got that. So I've got, 4. Drop 1. What a shame. All right.
If only.
If only. Okay, this is the last end. Watch this one. I think I've dropped 6. Not sure how many Damien's dropped, but you've got to watch this. This is the last end. Got to clean it. pressure, you see, the pressure.
Did you get it? You got in?
Oh,
very good.
oh dear. Oh, he's in the swimming pool. All right, let's have a look.
Twice. Both feet in the water.
All right, he's gone for a twinkle of the toes, but he's cleaned it for 300. I'll have to congratulate you in a minute. There's an X, there's a 5, there's a 5, and there's an X. Now this is a perfect example. Oops. This is a perfect example, Damien.
Yeah, of what?
This is a perfect example of an end of chute collapse.
Yeah, is that what it is?
That's what it is, and that's what I warned you. I warned you about that. I warned you.
And I didn't listen.
You didn't listen. He's got his toes in the water there. He's snuck in that X. He's just missed it there. He's missed it there, and he's in the water again there. So it's probably, arguably, that would be your worst end. Would you agree?
I would agree.
And you see when it's happened. So this is why we've got to tighten our minds up. Don't worry, don't worry. It's early days. Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. That you've never shot it before.
No.
And he's cleaned it. He's got 300. He shot it yesterday and got 300. So he's a bit of a machine at the indoor. All we've got to do is just keep practicing and get that mind right, and just get those X's happening. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Oh,
and I think I've dropped. I think I dropped 6. Look, I dropped 3 in the first 2 rounds. I haven't shot 18 meters for a long time, and we only did 2 rounds to warm up. So I think that's pretty good. 54, 300 with 54, but I'll be getting it. The aim is to be shooting 60 all the time, and I think that's quite doable after today. All right, so let's have a final look at that. Do we look at mine? I just snuck that in. There's not a strong end. Snuck that in. That's on the line. That's on the line. That's just in. So not a convincing finish, but it is a PB at 54, and we're looking for Jimmy to come back. He'll come back with tree trunks. He'll get the fattest arrows he can.
Is that your personal best?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
So I want to congratulate.
So there's a chance.
I congratulate.
So there's a chance.
I want to congratulate. I told you there was a chance.
Oh.
Your 52 yesterday was better than me.
Oh.
I said that to you.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And Jimmy, you're better than Jimmy. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Better than Jimmy. Eh? Hey, the Damer was better than Jimmy, so Jimmy's have to get out here with those tree trunks and try and do better.
Telegraph poles, I think.
Telegraph poles to him. Yep. All right, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time we practice for the Tristan Cup. Be mindful of that. We're going to run a tournament over the internet on the 5 spot, the Tristan Cup, all over Australia, possibly all over the world, and to find the big winner. Yeah, I think you're going to have to get 60 to win though. It'll be in December sometime probably, after we practice every week. We practice every week. Right, see you guys later. Shalom Aleichem. Lehitrot. Okay, so we forgot to give you the final score. I haven't pulled my arrows out yet. Just grab that for me. We're just going to have a look now. I'm just going to show you this to finish. Just let me get these out. Damien, do you want to hold that for me while I...
Yeah.
Is that still running?
Oh, yeah, I can see your back now.
Sorry.
That's great. Yeah.
Now, I'm just going to show you this. Look. This is very interesting. Oh, I've got to use all that lube. Fortunately, this target was fresh when I started shooting. So, at the end of it, you can actually have a look and see each target and how you fared on each target. Look at this last target. I mean, the last shot every time I murdered. See? Here, this first one every time, look at the looseness here. To the left, look, see, high I'm shooting to the left, a little bit high and left there. And this one here to the right. This one's to the right, left, right, and just right on. So,
finally bring it together.
Here I am. It's just interesting that it's different targets will have a different center. All right, well that's it for us today again. We'll see you later. Bye.